everybody. Welcome back
to After the Beep.
This is episode 3. But who's counting? Today's episode, as I'm sure you've gotten the hint of already, given the fact that I am wearing my little head makeup band and we're both in pajamas, this episode is all about self-care. Mm-hmm. But before we start there, tell me something about your day.
That's crazy. Not crazy, it's just so comical. So, for Donya, it's been raining.
It's been raining cats and dogs. We've gone through every single season in the matter of 4 days.
We have. And in my apartment, the driveway turns into like a lake every single time it rains. And I never think ahead to think just in general. But also in this situation, I never think ahead and not park in the area that gets the worst. Yeah. So I did do that. Your
driveway is like the hell on earth. Like her driveway is atrocious.
It makes me want to scream every day. So I parked in the worst possible parking spot to park in. Mm-hmm. Huge puddle everywhere. And so I have a 9 a.m. It's an art studio, but right after that I have a regular class. So I have 2 bags. I have like my art studio bag and I have my like regular classes bag. Right. I had both of those bags in my hands, not on my body, because why would that make sense?
Why would you put a book bag on your back? Yeah. That's crazy.
Had them in my hands. Had my water bottle, had my breakfast, had my keys, had my phone. I'm straddling this puddle to try and get my things like in the backseat of my car. And in my head, I'm like, truly, don't drop your bag.
Right.
Like, please don't do that.
Yeah.
I did.
You did.
In the puddle. And of course it was the bag with my laptop in it, mm-hmm. which some secrets is that my last laptop died because I spilled a whole water bottle on it and it completely
destroyed it right before an e-board meeting. I think it was literally moments before an e-board meeting.
So I did that and I was just like in shock watching my backpack at first float on top of this puddle, but as I stood there longer, the like puddle kept like the water seeped into the fabric, so it was just starting to sink, and I was like, pick it up.
No, literally. So Trilly does this thing where things will happen, like situations will happen, and she will just stare at the situation. And like she won't jump into action. Like this is not my girl who works under pressure, okay? Like but you work under pressure, but like if it happens immediately, like my example, never ever like drop dead in front of this girl. Like never need CPR in front of her because she'll just like watch you for a second and then kick into like gear.
This is extremely contradictory to our last episode when I stated that I was the girl who called you P multiple times.
That is true.
So something's changed.
Something's changed. But like not even in that sense. It's more just like you watch it for a second and then like you're in shock and then you remember.
Sometimes
that you have
I think
that
I watch because I think that what's happening is just like so funny.
I looked at my like invisible camera crew and I'm like, did anybody else see that? Or like I'll do something like that on campus. At one of the hockey games, I tripped up the bleachers, like the entire bleacher. Like I but not just like once, like every step I was like tripping up. It was so embarrassing. And I was just looking around me, like making sure nobody saw me. God. And of course, everybody saw me. I'm in the I'm like have like WNYF badges on. No. I have like equipment. Like speaking of which, I almost got hit in the head with a volleyball once because they were playing with a volleyball outside.
That's so stupid. That's so stupid.
Like why would you do that?
I don't know.
Why would you do that to me? Why would I need to nearly get taken out by a volleyball while carrying a $4,000 camera?
I don't know. Anyway.
Something that's happening.
I did rescue my backpack and I dumped all the contents out in my backseat.
And you've just been using a Barnes & Noble bag.
A Barnes & Noble like reusable like shopping bag. Not even like a cute Barnes & Noble tote. I am the tote bag girl and I have so many tote bags.
Oh, and I thought I had a lot of tote bags.
Bad. But instead of using one of those, I literally have been using a Barnes & Noble bright yellow Barnes & Noble bag that says I Heart Books on it, which like That's fair.
That's fair, but it's also like traffic cone yellow.
Yeah.
It's giving middle school boy highlighter.
Yeah. Anyway.
Something about my day.
Yeah, please.
Something about my week, really.
Okay.
My week. Because I still haven't found it. So, the other day, I made a turkey sandwich with bread and turkey and cheese and everything that entails a turkey sandwich. And I put it in one of my favorite Tupperware because I was like, I don't have time to run back to my apartment but in between classes, so I'll just eat on the go, as I do, usually. And I opened my bag to eat the sandwich, and it is not there. Like, I can't find the sandwich. And I'm like, in my head, like, I know I put this in my bag. I was like, I know I put it here. It has to be here somewhere. But I was still at the station. So I was like, okay, maybe I took it out and I set it down somewhere. Like, maybe it's in my car. Not in my car. Not in the station. That was many moons ago. And I still haven't
What
found
kind of sandwich was it?
A turkey sandwich.
But was there like mayo on it? Like
No, just a little bit of Chick-fil-A sauce.
Oh my god.
I still haven't found it, and I like don't even know like at
Where
this point.
Where have you looked?
Everywhere.
Like describe you searching in your car because I
like ripping my car apart and like at this point like I've cleaned my car out twice since this has happened.
Oh my gosh.
So or it's like somewhere in the station and nobody has found it yet. Which is I was like I'm waiting for that to happen. I did, however, go to the library that day and I wonder if I left it there and they like took it and threw it out and I'm just never gonna get that. I don't care about the sandwich anymore. I'm over the sandwich.
But your Tupperware
But my Tupperware was my favorite one because it was like one of the ones that has like the little separation so you can like put your little snacks in it. And it's gone.
I'm so sorry.
So that has been an ongoing mystery in my life. One of the 7 wonders of the world.
I can't wait for the day that we find that sandwich. I'm so excited. Is it at my house?
I didn't go to your house that day.
No, it wouldn't be at my house.
No, because it was a sports hour day, I think.
That's bonkers.
Mm-hmm. No, it was the first day that we didn't have ice skating anymore because I went to the library.
Anyways. This is our self-care episode.
I have a laundry list of things for us to go over.
This is the Anna episode, like, for real. Like, I did not start really, like, getting into, the details and nitty-gritty of my own self-care until I met you.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. So I'm very excited to find out what is written on that page.
That's so exciting. Here's my thing is, like, I never thought I was, like, the self-care girly, if you will. Until like pretty recently. I would say like I've always been into like winding down and like having a cup of tea before I go to like that kind of self-care, but I guess in terms of like first off, like what do you define as self-care, right? Like I think that can look different for so many people in so many different ways.
I also think like for everyone it's more than just like one category too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like like self-care for me can be spending a day in my bed doing nothing but doom scrolling, or like I can be out with my friends, or like I can be like a productive day can be self-care. But I think like in terms of like when I think of self-care, I think of like a face mask and like a shower and like those like aesthetic little shower videos where like they're like showing you all the products. Like that's what I think of. But I guess like what do you do with self-care, I guess, is like you just got into it, I guess. Kind of.
I feel like when I have pressure to repeat a task, that's when I struggle to do that task. So I have like products that I like to use that are kind of like things that I don't have to use every day, but it's fun and nice when I do use them, when I want to feel more like special. So I have like those products. I have those like things that I do every single day, like my moisturizer, and I love a good like hot steamy shower at the end of the night, like that. That soothes my soul, like genuinely.
Yeah, no, I know exactly.
And
what you
like
mean.
That's my go-to. Anna knows this. I love being cozy.
She does, like cozy queen over here.
So like I have this thing, like I cannot be in real clothes ever. Like the second that I get back to my apartment, I am putting my pajamas on. I
My
am
mom's
putting,
like that.
like, if I'm in my home, I am not wearing jeans. I am not wearing an
Really?
outfit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no. Like, I cannot stand that.
This is just a random aside. I feel like I'm like the type of person who like gets ready to go grocery shopping. Like I like a little outfit, like I like to take
Yeah.
a little thing of it. But I know what you mean by the terms of like you can't be in like your outside clothes inside.
And it's just like not even like a germ thing because I'm a
Right.
like I don't love outside clothes on my bed. Like I'm not crazy about it, but I like wouldn't prefer it.
Right.
But just like comfort wise, like I
You
need
wanna
to be
be-
comfortable
yeah.
all of the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
I know what you mean.
Can I describe you my perfect
Yes.
scenario?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Close your eyes.
They're close.
It's my room, but just like envision that it's you, so it could be your room. Or you guys close your eyes too
Close
and
your
also do
eyes.
this.
Everybody
You're in
close
your
your eyes.
room, and I am also a big stuffed animal person.
Yes, she is.
So I'm in my room.
Best.
I have my my coziest like matching set on because that makes me feel like clean and put together. I like my hair straightened and like put up, but like it still looks cute. And I have all my blankies on me and I have all my stuffed animals like surrounding me so that I'm like packed in. Then
Yes.
I'm either scrolling Instagram Reels or on YouTube, or I'm like knee deep in a incredible video game. And I just get to do that
Yep.
for hours. And it can be like raining outside
Yep.
and the windows are open,
Yep.
or like I have like snacks.
Yes.
I love good snacks.
That was a beautiful envisionment. It reminded me of. Do you remember like the back-to-back blizzards last year between Thanksgiving and Christmas?
Yes.
So I remember like because I was commuting, like I had probably way more time off kind of than everybody else on campus because they had canceled classes, but like I didn't need to go anywhere. I was already home. So I remember like my mom didn't have school either. We both of us just like sat in our own rooms and I reread the entire ACOTAR series in like 3 days.
Wait. Everyone close your eyes again.
Oh, I'm closing my eyes.
You're either doom scrolling on Instagram or YouTube, or you're in a really amazing video game, or you're like in a book series or just started a book series and you have like, your highlighter.
Best.
You have your highlighter, you have your tabs, you have your bookmark, you have everything.
That is the best feeling in the world.
God.
And if you don't know that feeling, I like genuinely feel sorry for you because it is the best.
Oh my gosh.
It is the best experience.
I can't even like explain it.
No, yeah. And that is like
else.
that is cozy and like that is self-care, you know?
Yes.
Like that is like
but
a form.
that's like the ultimate
Scenario.
moment for me. Like I don't have time to do that every day.
No, not many people do.
Which is so sad.
So that brings me to I feel like I incorporate self-care things into my everyday life. And we have brought products to share of those things we use every day.
I feel like an influencer.
So, this is my influencer moment, okay? It's been my dream, okay? I'm living my dream. We have some products to share with you. We each have three products.
Lifestyle / like makeup.
/ makeup / things that just make us feel good every day. So let's get those.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to do your products first?
I think we should do take turns.
Every other. Oh, we'll take turns.
So
Let's
cute.
take turns.
Okay, so I have more lifestyle things than makeup-y things.
I have more makeup-y things.
Okay.
I'm a makeup.
I'll start with my makeup one then.
Okay.
All right.
Loves this
I love blush. I love blush so
You're a
much.
blush girly.
I've always been a blush girl. I didn't always though. Like when I was in middle school, high school, when I first started wearing makeup, I would like just smear my face with like a pale BB cream, and my mom would like drive me to school and be like, "So are you gonna put on blush?" And I was like, "No, my cheeks are red. Why would I put on blush?" I needed it so bad. Anyway, this is the Maybelline Cheek Heat Sheer Gel Cream Blush.
So surprised that is Maybelline because the packaging looks like so like expensive and
Well,
like Sephora.
Let me tell you something. I hate this packaging with a passion, and to the point where like when I have to like rebuy this, I might just buy like a little container and just squeeze all of that out in there.
That's so fair.
This little hole is so little.
It
I
is
can't
really tiny.
get any, like, it's just so annoying.
Also, like, don't like bottles like this all the time because I have to cut mine open.
Yep. And I have ADHD. This cap, I had to find this cap to bring this here. Like, don't give me a detachable cap.
My mom, the first thing when she buys a bottle of perfume, the first thing she does with the cap, or like anything that sprays, is throw it out. That's the first thing she does.
Well, Alyssa, my roommate Alyssa, she was like, "Hey, have you seen the cap for the Pam?" And I'm like, "I threw it out."
Oh yeah.
It's like I literally threw it out.
My mom does that too. It's like funny.
Yeah.
Like people who like have issues with like putting caps back on things.
I can't
It's the same it's the same like feeling I get when people don't close cupboards. To me.
Yeah. Yep. This is in the shade Nude Burn, number 15. I love this because, well, right now, the Rare Beauty the Rare Beauty blush and the e.l.f. dupe of that blush is super, super popular, but it's so intense that
it's a lot.
I love a buildable product when I can like kind of have more control, and that one I just feel like it's all or nothing, and I don't love it. Also, I have that in the wrong shade, so I think that kind of is a little bit why I like this one more, but I just love it, and it makes me like so glowy and so I love this so much.
I agree. I hear you.
Anyway, this is my favorite blush.
It's a nice blush.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
My first product, I guess I'll go with this guy because she's beefy. This is it's brand new. My mama got it for me because she loves me so much. This is the Say Glowy Super Gel in the shade Star Glow. Okay, because I like to glow like a star. There's one thing about me is that if it's a glowy product, I'm buying it because I have my reasoning. And I know that some people are like, glowy is out, like you look like you're sweating. And I am arguing with that.
I feel like if anything, it's in now more than ever.
It's in now more than ever. And because I have really dry skin, I like flaky, like dry skin. It's just not a good situation for me. Even in summer, like even when it's hot.
Yep.
So I am like I don't like matte products. They just make me look even. It just makes it 10 times worse. So if it's glowy, I'm gonna buy it. And this is the full size of this, but I have gone through 2 full sizes of these and like 2 minis.
Wow.
I really love this.
Is it like a primer?
I put it on right after my primer.
Okay.
And right before I do like any color correcting, any concealer, I also like will put it underneath foundation, and it still pops through depending on how much coverage you're looking for.
Interesting.
I've also seen people use it like as a highlighter.
I was gonna say that too. Like, could you use it as a highlighter?
Yeah, I've seen people use it as a highlighter, but it's a little more like liquidy. Like it's not as like highlighter consistency. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll just put it on because no, I don't want to waste it. But let's keep going. I'm gonna keep going. I love it so much. And
wait, I should have done a little swatch of my blush.
You can.
Rewind.
She's put. I just love this so much.
See, like nothing's coming out because the stupid packaging makes me want to scream. Anyway,
it's very pretty.
It's so pretty.
I want that as like a lip color.
And then it goes like it just.
Yeah.
I love it so much. And then I can like put even more on top of this. And it'll just like build up, and I just use a beauty blender to put it on. I love it. This would be a gorgeous lip color.
I think it's just like, for me, like this just like, I put this on and I'm like, oh, I look awake. I look, I look good. And I know it seems like I've gone through these a lot, but I've also been using these for like 2-3 years now. So, and they last a while. Like the first one I had lasted me like a year.
Wow.
Before
I love when products last so long.
Really incorporate it in my routine. But the only thing that bothers me about this packaging is when you get to like the bottom, there's still a lot, because what's in here is like it's not
it's like
it's like a bag.
Yeah. Oh.
It's like a bag that's in here, kind of like in between the glass. And when you get to like the bottom of that, there's still like creases in the bag with product. So I like rip out the whole. If there's one thing about me, I will get every last drop of product.
I love to slug my face. Like I don't do like regular like cream moisturizer. I use like either straight Vaseline or I really like the CeraVe like ointment, like extreme ointment, and I will just like slather my face in that, and I will literally like cut open the tube and like scoop out the rest of it.
That's what I do with my sunscreen. because it's like a bottle like that.
I'm a saver. I am like, I do it with my toothpaste. I do it with anything
I will
I
do
can.
that even if I have like a stock. There's something else about me. If I have the extra cash, I will buy 2 of them when I know that I'll be broke soon.
I
so
love
that
doing
I can
that,
have,
except
like,
especially like with things that are scented, I find that I get tired of the scent. Like shampoo and conditioner, I can't buy this. I like alternate because I get tired of like the scent so quickly.
But with like makeup and stuff, especially the sunscreen I use because I can only get it at like one place. I like always just stock up when I can. But the bottle is like that and it drives me crazy because sometimes it makes a mess and I'm like, well, what's the point? Anyway, what's your next product?
Okay.
Here she goes.
These are a little damp right now because I use them all the time.
You do.
If there's one thing about me, that's the second time we've said this in this episode. There's one thing about me is that if there's an inconvenience, I will find a solution for it. And so let me explain what these are first. You put them on, and when you wash your face in the sink, it catches all of the water so that the water doesn't run down your arms, because I hate nothing more than that
than a wet sleeve.
Yes. But they came with my little headband. Oh.
You gonna tell the headband story now?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell the headband story because I'm still upset about it. If you recall from our very first episode, I love Valentine's Day so much. And right before we like went on winter break, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really want one of these headbands. And I was like, noted, Valentine's Day. Went to Target, they had these headbands, and like it came with these guys as a set. And I was like, score, Anna, Valentine's Day. I got myself one, I got my roommate Alyssa one. We were gonna be matching, we were gonna be so cute. 2 days later, Anna's posting on her private story wearing the headband. And
the thing is, too, is we probably bought them the same day.
Probably.
Because I remember, like, I didn't use mine for a couple days until after. I think I bought it. I don't remember who I was with when I bought it. Maybe, like, Liz or Amber, but...
I was so upset with you. I was so upset with you, and I'm still not over it. So I
just think it's so funny that, like, literally the moment I like posted on that and you saw it, you said, what the hell? You were like, why? And I was like,
but then I got to give it to my sister, so
yeah,
it was a win-win situation.
It all worked out in the end.
Yeah.
Promise.
But I used to use scrunchies on my wrist and they didn't do the best of job. So when I saw these, I was like, it's my time to shine for my solution.
I'm so glad that fixes your issue.
It does.
I have mine. I just don't use mine very often.
I really despise makeup wipes. I don't like the way that they feel on my face. I don't like how they feel on my face. I don't like that they're just like very wasteful. So I generally choose to use those like towels that remove your makeup. And this is almost the same material.
They're very
so in a pinch I will like go like this, like get my little mascara under my eyes if I need to.
I don't use mine very often, but I will say that I did the other night and I was like, wow, this is a real game changer, because I never use mine, but I did.
I love them.
I love how like the scrunchy part of them is like kind of stretched out so they're not as like ruffled anymore because you use them so much.
And okay, this is gonna sound gross, but it's not really gross.
It's really not.
But I never realized like that water that runs down your face is just makeup water. So like these get dirty so quickly because like it's all just like makeup coming off of your face. So I have to wash them pretty frequently.
I personally am a makeup wipe girly. Oh. But I am like I use like the really ultra soft baby wipes, and then I buy the like the bottles of makeup remover, and then I like do like a cotton ball situation. My mom taught me that because A, it's cheaper than buying makeup wipes, and B, I can like target where the makeup remover goes. So I like can. This sounds gross, but like you can use the wipe more than once.
Yeah.
And I need something like that like right next to my bed, because I will like be moments from falling asleep and realize that I have mascara on and be like,
if I have like an ounce of makeup, like I cannot go to sleep.
That's
like,
so fair.
It makes me so sensory upset.
I have like, oh my god, if anybody ever is on campus just seeing me rip out my contacts when in like a flurry, there's something in mascara that sometimes like triggers my sensory issues. And if I feel it too much, I immediately need to get it
my
off.
eyelashes, like up on my waterline.
I need to immediately get it off, and I need to take my contacts out. And it happened to me in my history of television class today. And we were sitting there watching Batman, and I'm like,
Batman? What about him?
That will haunt us.
That will haunt us. Sorry, guys. Inside joke. You don't get to know.
Inside joke, and you can't know.
You're not friends with us enough yet.
Sorry. But, so that is like, but I know what you mean in terms of like, I need to take my makeup off. Oh, this was what I was going to say. I knew I had something. I am more of like, my morning routine is completely set. Like, I'm a creature of habit. This is how I'm doing it. She is like a nighttime routine kind of person. So I will say that about us.
My morning routine is wake up 15 minutes before my class starts, put my clothes on, and go. Sometimes make a protein shake if I remember. And that's it. And like, I'll do my makeup in the car on my way to class.
Oh no.
Or like, I am so okay with like not having makeup on for my first 9 a.m.s, and then I will put makeup on later in the day.
That's fair.
For my other classes, because I can't.
I will explain my morning routine in a bit, but I do want to move on to my next product. Two, kind of. I don't ever, this is something fun about me, I don't ever leave the house without more than one lip product on me. In my bag alone, believe there's like 4 or 5 right now, including these two.
That's crazy.
Most of the time it's just because they're floating around. But right now, my top 2 have been the e.l.f. Glow Reviver lip oil in the shade.
Here's my
Rose Envy.
Is the word I don't think the word gripe is the right word for this, but here's my upsetness with the lip oil.
Upsetness is probably worse.
It's not oil though. Because I have the same one and I love it to death.
The clear one is.
It's a gloss. So like the e.l.f. saying that's a lip oil, it's not a lip oil.
It's not really
I still love it so much.
It's a lip oil, but it's not like a lip oil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. It's a lip oil, but it's not.
It just
my second one is something my mommy got me. Once again, because she goes to Sephora.
I'm gonna text my mom after this episode.
Oh,
be like,
Mom.
I'm feeling a little jealous of Anna. Can you take me to Sephora, please?
I love Sephora. Okay, my mom does too. This is the Fresh Sugar Lip Treatment in the shade Peony. I also have the rose one. But this has been like my staple as of this week because my mom gave it to me on Sunday. It's so pretty.
It is pretty. I love a good like tinted lip situation.
The color is comparable to Black Honey. If you know, you know. That's also one of my staples. Any of like the Pink Honey, the Black Honey, any sort of the e.l.f. ones. Those are like my lip go-tos if I'm in the need. So, but like these two have been shuffling like back and forth, but I combine them as one because I've been using both for like the past couple days.
They do the same job.
They do.
They're sisters.
They're sisters. They're besties. I love them both dearly. Do you want to do your last product? Yeah. Okay. Mine's also kind of like a lifestyle.
This one?
Kind of. It looks a little goofy.
Listen.
But it makes sense.
I'm in my grandma era and I will never leave. And here's another thing about me.
You're learning a lot about us today.
I am always in pain.
That is true.
Like,
I can attest to it.
There's just something going on internally where I am just in pain most of the time. And to combat that pain, I take this fancy guy that I love so much.
Fancy? Yeah.
This is from Rite Aid. It's not fancy at all. You open the lid. And I fill this thing with like almost boiling hot water. Yeah. Like I like
Can
it
you
when
put it in the microwave?
No.
Okay.
Because there's metal on
okay.
it. But I fill this thing with like extremely hot water to the point where I like it when it like is a little bit painful. And I just put this where it hurts. Like,
right.
Usually it's my joints or I get very bad migraines. So like I just plop this thing right on my face and it feels so good.
I just wanted, as a side note, the amount of times when I would get a text from Trilly before ice skating that said, I can't come. My joints aren't moving. I can't move my arms.
It's true. My arms, my legs, I get it really bad. Like my fingers. If you're a doctor, please let me know what's going on. But like my finger joints, like super late at night and super early in the morning, like I can't like this, like moving my finger joints hurts extremely bad. Where like I can't even type.
The knee I dislocated hurts every time it rains. I can tell you when it's gonna rain.
Don't even start. Like the puddle situation was just the beginning of that day being really poor. But genuinely. Because then right after that I smashed my car like into
her driveway is like I could do a whole episode on your driveway alone.
But sometimes too, like I don't know, anxious people like representing anxious people, if you know, like sometimes it's just nice to like hold something. So like I kind of like to hold.
I know, I get like that, but I also like I prefer it to be cold.
I was about to say that I am an ice pack girl when I'm anxious, and to the point where I have like those first aid ice packs that you just pop open. I have that stashed in every area of my life. I have them in my car. I have them in my apartment. Idea. Like I have them everywhere. Because it really helps me. So like even like a cold water situation, I love
the cold calms me down like no other.
I put it on my wrists or on my chest. I like a good ice pack. Yeah. So that's my guy.
Sounded
ASMR. I feel like this episode like is ASMR.
ASMR. This is my last product, and it's still covered in oil from this morning. This, you know, is called a gua sha. And it is a ancient Chinese practice of a facial massage tool. I believe it like translates to like scrape face, something along those lines. I could be wrong, which sounds really painful, but it's not. It's just like a little stone. They also come in like stainless steel, which is good for like acne because it doesn't hold as much bacteria. This is just a little jade stone. And I use it to sculpt my face every morning. I do it right after I get out of the shower, and I put my little facial oil on, which I'm out of my facial oil, and it's like, it's messing with my whole routine. It's like actually like detrimental to my morning routine. It's driving me nuts. But I do it every morning, and it just like, I didn't do it because I wanted my face to be like sculpted or anything. I did it because I have sinus issues, okay? Yep. And it works for
it feels so good. That's one of like when I was talking about earlier, like my self-care add-ons. Yeah. That's one of them.
Yes. It's so nice. I do it every morning, and once I got into like a good routine with it, it just makes the whole day better. Like this is like one of the things I do every day that is like self-care. It's just so great, and I love it so much, and I will say like there is a difference in my face, like when I don't do it versus when I do, and like versus when I started versus now. So like that's like a little added benefit, but I didn't start it for that reason. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, as a PCOS girly, me too. I will like look at pictures of myself from the past. Like there's this thing, if you don't know, PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is pretty common in most women. Great. And it affects you in a bunch of different ways. So many ways. But
I could do a whole episode on that.
Yeah. Is moon face, they call it, where just like there's so much like built up lymphatic liquid in your body that like your face is so much puffier and rounder. And like I will look at pictures of myself from like years ago when I didn't know that I had PCOS and be like, oh my gosh, like that's crazy. So like I love going in.
It's just like you can like feel it, and it's just like
it feels so good.
It's fantastic.
I feel like having this conversation right now is making me realize that a lot of my self-care things are related around sensory like issues that I'm trying to avoid.
That's fair.
I didn't notice that before.
Mine's just fun. Mine's just makeup. Makeup is like very much one of my self-care things. I think like I like doing my makeup, and I think it's fun, and like it's like my self-care, like my morning routine when I was like violently shaking my head at what you were calling your morning routine is because like I wake up 2.5 hours before my class, and I get up and I have my coffee.
My God.
And I have my coffee. I need coffee first thing in the morning, like so much so that like there's cups in my room in my mini fridge. I'm not even making it to the kitchen, okay? Or even open my bedroom door. There's coffee in my system. And then I take a shower. My shower is usually, it depends on the day. Sometimes I gotta wash my hair, sometimes I don't. And then I do my makeup, I do my skincare, and I do my makeup, and I like to take my time with it, which is the reason I get up so early. Which like granted it's not that early. It's like probably like 6:37.
I just feel like if I could pull that morning routine off, it would be life-changing for me, but I just like can't do it right now.
I see in my head, like I think about it now and I'm like, my morning routine is lazy. Because when I was in high school, I was getting up at like 4:30.
Oh my God.
And I was like working out in the morning, and I was like,
God.
I would do my homework the morning before school.
Yeah, I would too on the bus.
No. I was like, I think of, also didn't need to live like that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and then, but the thing was too, is like, I did a lot in high school. So like, I would also be like at school till like 10 or 11.
Yeah.
It's like,
I was the same way.
Don't live your life like that. So I guess like now, I guess what I'm doing is like healthier, but there are some days where I'm like, my morning routine is so lazy, and I'm like, actually you're just sleeping.
Just think about Truly. Think about your good friend Truly, and realize that is not.
That is
and
not
then I
the
would
case.
kill to be able to do that.
I really value my morning routine and my alone time in the morning. I find it very spiritual in a way. Like it is very much like my time, and I like it because there's anybody else up, and it's very quiet, and it's just like very therapeutic for me. So like that's like my morning, like I take time to like usually like make my lunch or like make my little breakfast. Sometimes it's yogurt in the car. But like
every time I get into Anna's car, there is an open container of yogurt.
Hey, there's none in there right now actually because I'm out of yogurt. But
we should go grocery shopping after this. We really should. I need to.
We should. But I also like I'm leaving for spring break in like 2 days.
I'm not. I'm staying for a little bit.
I guess I could go. Okay. I could go grocery shopping for like the next 2 days. Okay. I don't have enough to make it through, so might as well.
Yeah. We should.
Those are all of our products anyways.
Yeah.
Those are our products. The next thing I have on this list for you is like, so we want to like practice self-care in this episode, correct? And I knew that was gonna happen. It's okay.
Hi, Sam. Hi, Pookie. Nice. You're so cute.
Our lovely friend named Sam just walked in. And it startled us, but it's so cute. I love her so much.
She is so cute.
She's one of my favorite people on the planet. Fun fact. If you know me in real life, I like to have my nails done. Don't look at them right now, okay? They're not done. I'm in my short nail era. But usually I have press-ons on or some variation or whatever. Usually I have my nails done. And doing my nails is a form of self-care. I love doing my nails. Don't like going to the salon. I don't enjoy the experience. That being said, like doing your nails at home is like it's just a lot. But it is like when it's press-ons, it's like my self-care, and I really enjoy it. And it just, there's something about having my nails done that just makes me instantly feel put together. I could be a hot mess, but my nails are done, and I feel great. So today we're gonna paint our nails. Woo! We're gonna paint our nails.
Let's get rid of some of this stuff.
We can. Okay, perfect. All right, so nail polish. We're gonna paint our nails today. I'm so excited. I love painting my nails. Well,
I'm trying to decide what flavor.
Flavor.
I'm trying to decide what shade I want.
Oh, I'm using my favorite shade of red today. That fun fact, my mom was like, "Look, I bought this new red," and I was like, "Mom, I have that." She was like, "I love it." I was like, "Yeah, me too." I would do this light pink is giving truly.
But it does kind of match my skin tone a little bit too much.
And then use this one. Because this also like kind of matches the table. It matches the after the beat vibe.
That's true. Or I could do. I just ignore everything you're saying.
You could just do like every other.
Did they match enough?
Yeah, watermelon sugar. It's giving hairy.
It's literally watermelon nails.
Mhm.
Should I do the green on this one and then?
Yeah. Yep. I see the vision.
Okay.
I just have a dark red that's called Not So Low Key. One of my other favorite colors, nail colors, is Essie's After School Boy Blazer. It's a very, very dark blue, and it's absolutely stunning.
My favorite Essie. I keep trying to say flavor. Color is marshmallow.
Oh.
It's like kind of like an opaque.
The smell of nail polish.
Me too. It's like an opaque
White.
white. I love it. Here's a fun fact. I had an extreme nail polish phase in middle school.
We all did.
Where I would watch like professional nail people do nails all the time. I had kits, like, you know, the stamp kits.
Oh yeah, I wanted one so bad.
I had discs of stamps.
Discs. Do you still?
Yes, I do. I was
Could be fun.
insanely obsessed with nail polish, and my mom. So my mom used to be an esthetician, and she primarily did nails. She used to do Mariah Carey's nails.
That's crazy.
Not insane. Like,
yeah.
It was like a little bit. It was like wow, she was starting to get super popular, and she would have this one shade that she would ask to get every single time. And there was this one time that Mariah Carey forgot her nail polish, and my mom had to like custom like mix the nail polish for her.
That's
it's like
crazy.
insane. But I love telling people that because I feel like it makes me sound cool. Do I want to do this or do I want to do pink?
I like the green.
Okay.
Personally.
Should I just do green on all of them?
You could do green one hand, pink on the other.
Okay.
You can't do matching. You can't do mixed.
I'm doing whatever I want.
So, I guess there's some things I want to talk about in terms of self-care that is like a little more like mental healthy. But mental health is self-care in a way. So, like, something I like to do, I don't do it very often. Like, I do it when I'm in the mood or like, I don't know, like I feel like I need to. My head feels really messy, is journaling. It's something I would like to do more of, but I don't always, because I have a hard time like incorporating things into my already crazy routines, if that makes sense. Like, already like making habits.
My version of journaling is going to therapy. I said this in the last episode, but like I am a therapy girl. I actually went yesterday. So I just really love therapy. I think the reason why journaling doesn't work for me is because I am a writer and I want to do writing like professionally, and I have done writing professionally, so like it's hard to disconnect those things for me. And
feels like work.
Yes, and I also feel like I want it to be perfect, or I need every single detail ever. Like, I can't just like, if I'm writing a journal, I'm writing it in the sense that other people are going to read it, or that I will read it one day and have no memory. So I need to explain every single thing in the journal, and then I get overwhelmed, and then I freak out, and then I stop journaling.
This is fun fact about me. I journal like I'm writing to, this is like embarrassing, but it's also not because it works. I write my journals like I'm writing to fictional characters.
Oh.
So I will write my journals like I'm writing to like Feyre or something.
That's
like,
so cool.
Like I'm writing to a friend, because like in my head it's like I also write like I talk. Like even in like papers and stuff like that, like I write how I talk kind of. Or at least like that's how it's always been explained to me by like mentors, I guess you could say. But for me, like that journaling like helps because it feels like I'm like telling somebody something, even though nobody like is reading it. Like it just makes me like feel better, I guess. So like that's something I do, but it's also I like to set goals for myself, which is also like self-care to me.
I did that this week.
You did?
Have I told you about it?
No.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, it's so fun. And I was talking to my therapist about it because the goal that I set has been working. And she's like, what makes you think, like, why do you think it's working this time than it hasn't before? And I was like, because it's a fun goal that isn't shameful. Like, I feel like all of the goals that I've ever set for myself are around things that I'm, like, a habit that I'm ashamed of, or something that I'm trying to, like, fix in my life, where, like, the goal that I set this week is so fun. So my goal this week was to wear an item of clothing from my an item of clothing from my closet every day, because like I never wear the clothes in my closet. I like object permanence does not exist for me, and I forget that I have a closet full of clothes in my room. And I was like putting clothes away, and I was like, oh, this would be so cute if I wear that. And I was like, I need to do this, but just saying it isn't going to do it. So I put a little sticky note and I wrote it, and I've been doing it, and it's so, like, it's just a fun little thing.
I also will say, like, I don't know if you saw this going around, but like at the beginning of the year, people did like their ins and outs sort of resolutions.
I love that trend.
I've been doing that monthly. Because the thought of doing that for a whole year, I find really, really overwhelming. So I've been trying to do that like monthly or even weekly. There is a girl on Instagram and TikTok who I meant to look up. I forget her name now. I'll put it in the description or something. I don't know. I'm sorry. But she does like these weekly like rules things. You've probably seen her around.
I haven't.
Maybe not, but
I really like
she does like weekly rules things, or she'll do like 3 things do 3 things for yourself, or like how to get out of a funk, like that kind of thing. And I just like sometimes I use those and it just like helps so much in terms of like self-care, because I will like get in these habits where like if I'm doing the same thing every day or like every week, I'm like, I'm going nowhere, I'm moving. It's like an existential crisis I have every other week, and it's like, really, like, this is exhausting, you know.
I think too my my goal for like my fun goals is that I want to be like my friend again. I don't know if that makes sense. But like I want to be friends with myself. And I think like in our last episode that kind of like helped me realize that I wasn't, because I think we might have cut this out of the episode just for time purposes, but I talked about how when I was single and when I was lonelier and I had less friends, and then when I just transferred to Fredonia, I did more things. Like I went to the beach all of the time, and I went grocery shopping, and I went to the library, and I did all of these things by myself that I do not do anymore. And I want to be like friends with myself again, and like
you want to learn how to be alone.
Yeah. And so I think just like doing fun things that I can like not feel like, because if I don't wear an item from my closet a day of the week, I'm not gonna be like, you ruined everything. Where like if my goal was to wake up at 4 a.m., if I didn't do that, I'd be like, you're horrible and I'm so disappointed, you know.
So many of goals and habits that I've tried to set up for myself, I have realized have come from a place of negativity, and that is like my biggest problem.
That was like my big awakening this week. Like, I didn't really notice it until my therapist asked me about it, and I was like, whoa, like that's kind of insane.
Eye-opening.
Yeah.
So like I think setting goals can totally be a part of self-care, and like totally obviously like mental health too.
And they don't have to be like,
it doesn't have to be like big either. I feel like when people think of like goals, like you're thinking like future and like years ahead. It's like no, you can literally make a goal for an hour from now.
Oh, I just thought I just got nail polish all over my lips.
I just realized that I'm gonna have to do 2 coats. So
I always have to do multiple coats. It's really goofy. Always. But the reason why I don't like going to the nail salon unless I'm getting like acrylic on is because I feel like I could just do that at home, because I've been painting my nails for so long. I've kind of like in my mind mastered.
I always just make a mess.
Yeah.
And you know what?
My favorite thing is to paint my toenails like a maniac
and then get in the shower.
Oh, I love that feeling. I need my nail file.
Okay. So I have written some self-care journal prompts down for us to sort of answer, so we can kind of keep a format.
Sorry. I'm back.
You're okay. Got all your items?
I do.
Okay. So I wrote down some things. So I guess like this is going hand in hand with what we're talking about. Like, how do you, like, manage your goals, I guess? Because I feel like I always get overwhelmed with starting. And, like, that is, like, to me, I'm like, how do I put it in with everything else I'm doing? How do I, like, and I freak out, and then I don't do it.
I feel like a lot of time for me, my biggest thing with not sticking through with my goals is that I forget about them.
That's fair.
And,
Yeah.
like, I will make it more of, like, a mental note. And I learned that I love physical notes. So, like, I have, like, a little sticky note situation going on in my bedroom right now. And first of all, I just, like, love seeing, like, when your goal is going well, I love being able to, like, look at it and be like, oh my god, I'm sticking to that. Instead of, like, looking at it and being like, oh,
I'm ashamed.
shoot. Yes.
Yeah. You saying that just reminded me that I have to do my French today.
Uh-oh. You
That's
will.
all.
I'll remind you.
Yeah. I've just been on a streak for a while, and I don't want to lose it. That's all.
But I think, like...
Didn't mean to derail the entire conversation.
I think, too, like, this is the first time in my life where I do actually have goals. Like, I don't think I've ever really had goals for myself before until quite literally... And I mean, like, successfully. Like, I've, of course, had goals for myself in the past where they just, like, were super shameful and not working out, and I buried those thoughts, like, deep, deep, deep into my little heart. But this is the first time that it's working. So I don't have, like, a concrete answer for you for that one.
That's okay. You have an answer. You let me know, because I'm working on it, too. So I think also, like, a lot of my goals were time specific, if that makes sense. Like, like, you know, like, my goal would be like, oh, I want to do this much practicing for this concert coming up at this time, and it's like very, if you don't, like, meet it and then you meet that sort of, like, deadline of a concert, something like that, then it feels awful. Like, I don't know how else to put that. So I think it's like, for me, I think a lot of it is, like, reframing the way I think about goals, and, like, the way I sort of view them, and the idea of, like, core values of a goal, which is all, like, that sounds like very, like, I feel like a life coach or something, but, like, it, like, I don't know, I just think about it like that a lot. Another one of the questions on this thing, which if you're curious of what I'm doing, I'm, like, putting the extra nail polish that's on my finger on the paper so that I don't put it on the tablecloth. I'm, like, wiping it off on the paper. How do you, okay, so, like, in my head, I feel like I have things I know put me in a good mood, and I have things that I know put me in a bad mood. And if I feel myself, like, this is so stupid, but I'll have days where I'm like, today is going to be a bad day, I need to be in a bad mood.
That's not stupid at all.
I will have days like that.
Yep.
And sometimes
you
I have to, like,
just need to have a bad day.
Yeah. But sometimes it's so unwarranted, and I need to, like, yank myself out of that mentality. So I'm wondering if anybody else feels the same and how you do it. Like, do you ever have to, like, kind of yank yourself out of that?
Of course. I think that's, like, a big part of where my self-care comes into, because it's, like, what is going to kind of bring me back down to earth. And
it's like a for real, like, reality check, usually.
Yes. Yeah. For me, it's like, I always feel super refreshed. Like, showering is really important to me. Oh, yeah. And I don't mean, like, in a cleanly way, like, for my, like, soul and, like, my well-being. Like, if I am just, like, even this morning, like, I wasn't having the best day today. Like, I was not really wanting to get out of bed. I slept in super late. I wasn't wanting to go to, like, my responsibilities that I needed to do today. And I was like, okay, how can we start this? Because that's what I'm struggling doing, like, starting this day becoming better. And I was like, I'm just going to get up and I'm going to shower. It's like 1 p.m. and don't care. Like, that's what I need to, like, start my day kind of being better and bringing me back down to, like, reality.
And that's so fair.
And then it's like, it's kind of like, I have a really hard time with, like, transitions. So, like, usually showering for me kind of, like, snowballs into, like, being able to do other stuff. Like, I showered, now I'm gonna eat breakfast, and I'm gonna get dressed, and I'm going to like do my hair so I feel more confident, or
Mhm.
I'm gonna, while I wait for my hair to dry a little bit, I'm gonna sit here and do my homework. Like everything kind of like
Snowballs.
yes. And I really like I need that help to like get myself
Yeah.
out of
Yeah.
feeling
That's
yucky.
that's a good way to put it. I think for me, it starts a lot with the music I listen to in the morning. Like one of the first things I do in the morning, whether or not this is good or bad, is like I will listen. Like I open Spotify and I listen to music. Um, and that, whatever I pick as the first song can set my whole day. Which is dangerous because like sometimes I'll hit like shuffle on a playlist or something, and the first song will be like Mirror Ball. And I'm like, this can't be today. So then I have to like go through and I sit and I, shift through all these songs. But it's like, for me, like I don't. Sometimes it feels like in my head, and it's so like irrational. But like I feel like I'm like today is going to be a bad day. I need it to be a bad day, and I'm like, you haven't even started the day.
Do you ever play like psychic with your shuffle? Yeah, I do that.
It's
all
so
the
fun
time.
to like.
And if other people don't understand what we mean,
Yeah,
it's like I will hit shuffle and I'll be like, okay, the next song that comes up is gonna describe the next 3 months for me, and then I won't like the song and I'll skip it. I'll be like, okay, it's this one, and I'm like, you're crazy, girl.
It's not that crazy.
I find so like I am not a super crazy music person in the sense that I don't listen to it like by choice. If that
makes sense, but it also is like baffling to
like
me.
I am not like a person who like is sitting in my room and I'm gonna play music unless I'm in a phenomenal mood. If I'm like in a great mood, I'm putting music on and like it just elevates it. But it's something that like I just have never done my whole life where I'm turning on music.
So strange, and this is something sometimes I still like question about
our friendship.
Because I am somebody who needs music to do everything. I like
it's too like, much for my brain sometimes.
Sometimes it's too much for my brain, but I've also like it's not like even multitasking. Like sometimes I don't even need to like pay it. Like it doesn't even need to be like music with lyrics necessarily. Like sometimes I'm literally walking down to a class and I'm listening to classical music. Like I like genuinely, I just need like some sort of like melody or like note to get me through life.
I think I just play YouTube videos because I enjoy.
See, now that I would find immensely overwhelming.
I love hearing people talk, and I think I just like play.
I like to hear me talk.
Play ours, we need more views.
Yeah, literally. So I think like to me like music really sets a day, and music is like a whole branch of self-care, and I also think that is influenced because I grew up playing a lot of instruments and I grew up very musical.
My parents, like the only time we ever really listened to music was in the car. And I think that's where that stems from.
Really?
And like a lot of my music taste is from that, like listening to classic rock with my dad. Like,
well, yeah, I've definitely picked up.
But I really didn't start.
Both of my parents are very musical people. So
I didn't really start having my own music taste until. This is gonna sound bonkers and crazy. Until like TikTok. Because like I would listen to songs like that, like this is like early TikTok when like no one else was on TikTok.
Right.
I was like that girl who was on TikTok back then, but like songs would go viral, and I started like exploring with things that I didn't know that I liked. Yeah,
I think I would say my music taste was for sure influenced by my parents. Of course it was, but I would say like I started to build my own music taste probably when I asked my mom to put California Girls by Katy Perry on my little MP3 player.
I had a Katy Perry CD because I am
Katy Perry,
an old gal, and my mom like was not really into like music, so she didn't know. And I was like in 4th grade, and I asked for Katy Perry CD, and she played it in the car, and she's like, "What is this?" Like, oops.
But my mom like always like. She has never been somebody. I am so grateful for this because I think it would have changed me completely if she hadn't been this way. But she has always been very like encouraging both my parents really, of my own, like, music taste. Like, they would never be like, oh, like, we have to listen to this.
See, my parents steal my dad. My dad has been, like, a rock and roll dad my whole life. Then I really love, like, indie folk.
Yes.
Folk music, and I started listening to it, and I would, like, do it, like, play it on the Alexa while doing chores in the house, and, like, my dad would make fun of me. Then all of a sudden, that man started playing my music at parties and on his little Pandora's. My dad uses Pandora. Those stations, I was like, interesting. And you know who else does that? My sister. And then she'll go to the concerts to the music I introduced her to without you. That's crazy. She knows what she did.
I would say I definitely influenced my mom's music taste, but in ways I got it from her first, so it's really just be giving back to the community, if you will. I will say, though, I have had an amazing impact on my sisters. In terms of music, they definitely have their own, like, music taste, and they like a very wide arrangement of things, and I love that for them. Yeah. They play things, and I'm like, whoa, never thought you'd listen to this, but they do, and it's really interesting to me. But I like to say that, like, I gave them their glitter pen sparkle pop influence in terms of, like, music. Like, if you had, like, written out the music I listen to, it's a hot pink glitter pen. Yeah, it's a glitter gel pen. Nothing wrong with that. But like, to me, like, that is, like, you know, I was in the middle of something. Like, to me, like, I think that kind of, like, music and that kind of, like, pop style, like, that is what helps my day determine whether or not it's gonna be a good day or a bad day. Like, this morning I woke up with Freak the Freak Out from the Victoria soundtrack stuck in my head. And the other day I was driving home in the car and I was listening to Busted from the Phineas and Ferb.
Oh my god. I chronically get, like, songs stuck in my head, like, so bad, and it drives me crazy. But right now, the little jingle that plays in The Legend of Zelda, when Link opens a treasure chest, that has been stuck in my head for days, and it's not going away. It's not. It's kind of driving me crazy. Yeah.
The next thing I want to just, like, touch on real quick, because we did, like, mention it a little, but for me, a lot of my hobbies become self-care. Like reading, or I really like to color.
I cannot color.
You also can't make bracelets.
Don't bring that up. Literally do not bring that up.
You know. But I really like to color, and I really like to play, like, video games. I like playing Minecraft.
I love video games.
So, like, a lot of, like, those little hobbies become self-care, but they also, like, I think hobbies are meant to be self-care.
I think for a while I was seeing a lot of things on, like, social media saying that, like, our generation kind of just lost their love, like, the idea of hobbies. And I've been seeing a lot of content saying, like, this year is the year of bringing back hobbies. Yeah. Like, figure out what you like to do. I don't know if that's
true. I would make an argument against that, because the amount of people who I know who knit or crochet who are within my generation and do that as, like, a hobby is way more than the people I know who are, like, older who would normally do that hobby. And, like, I think a lot of people, there can be an argument made against this as well, but I think a lot of people who, like, go to the gym, or, like, lifters, if you want to call that, like, that's a hobby in itself, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Like, I think it's all but, so, like, that's, I don't know, I just, self-care to me, like, there's just so much there, and I just, like, can yap about it for hours and hours and hours.
It's just so special.
That's most of the things I have written down, and I value it so much, especially because I have a hard time taking breaks. I have a hard time making break time for myself.
See, we are opposites, because I have a hard time doing things.
Nope, I like to do things.
I only do break.
I only do things.
If we just, like, combine, it'd be the perfect human being.
It'd be, like, the perfect little balance. But right now, our pendulums are too far to either side. So our goal is going to be working on that. So I encourage all of you to make a goal for the next 2 weeks until we see you again.
I'd love that.
Yeah, I think that's fun.
I love hearing
Make a little-
hearing from our community.
Yeah, I want to hear about it. Yap at me. Feel free. Yap back, if you will. All right?
That would be so fun. That would be super fun.
An episode called Yap Back.
Oh my god! Okay,
Okay,
guys, so you guys know I'm the general manager of the TV station, which we are in right now. It's our umbrella facility.
WNYF.
I worked with our graphic designer. We have created amazing merch, not only for our TV station, but also for our show. So we have a hoodie. I think we just are doing a hoodie. We could do
a hoodie. We could do a t-shirt. And we also have a tote bag.
With our logo after the beep on it. And it is so cute. And I cannot wait to purchase it and carry it around.
Yeah, so if you feel, so inclined.
There's tie-dye options too,
Those
are a little expensive.
expensive.
We priced everything
as low as possible.
Some Station Insider, I priced everything as low as possible, so we're not making any money off of this merch.
No.
But it's just baseline as low as it could go.
Yeah, so we did what we could.
Yeah.
But if you feel like you want some after the week items.
Because you do.
Because
our logo's cute and I worked very hard on it.
She worked so hard on that logo. There are so many different versions of that logo.
Yeah.
That nobody will ever see.
No.
Crazy. Do you want to move on to
our closing situations?
Our closing situations that we do.
Yes, ma'am.
Once an episode.
Let's bring out the jar.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys this because I think it's important. We filmed this episode twice. This is the second time we've filmed this episode. And last week I owed things in the jar, but I don't remember what for or why. But I think I said something. It was something out loud because you said to me jar.
Yeah.
So
I feel like
it's very warranted.
Because we don't remember, do you just want to do two?
I'll just do two. It's okay. And you said something crazy the other day. What? No, you said to me today, like, I owe something in the jar, but I don't think it was.
I feel like it's subconscious,
Sometimes
so it's not as bad, but I've been having a little bit of some crazy dreams.
Yes, she is.
It's a little concerning, and it's very delusional.
It's very delusional.
What's my sentence, ma'am?
3.
Oh my god, are you so serious?
Why? Is it low?
I think that's a lot.
Since the last time this girl gave me 5.
Okay, yeah. I'm really...
Also, you have 4 in here.
Here we go. Do.
1, 2.
One for next week.
Ta-da.
Also, while we're closing, can you tell me your self-love moment from the week?
Yeah. I guess I would say my self-love moment. I went and I got myself some coffee from Tim Hortons.
Oh, that's
Tim Hortons is my favorite fast food establishment, and I will yap about it all day long. I love the coffee from Tim's, and I never let myself go. I don't know why, but I never do. So I went and I've probably gotten Tim's like twice, 3 times this week, and it's just been
Good
great.
for you.
And I had my little coffee, my little double.
Good for you.
So, what's yours?
I got so many assignments done this week that is so unheard of for me.
I'm so proud of you.
I got like multiple papers done. I got a huge project done. So I'm really, really proud that I was just able to like lock in and do those things.
Yeah, it's hard to lock in the week before spring break. It's hard to lock in at this point in the semester. So my advice to you, stay locked in. Stay locked in as hard as you can. Padlock that thing and throw away the key.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah. All right, you guys. I guess we won't be seeing you until
a while.
The Tuesday, but it's not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after next Tuesday.
Yeah. But we are filming this before spring break, so like for us it's going to be way longer than it is for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways,
bye guys. Bye. We'll see you after the beep.
After the beep. Love you all. Have fun.
Smooches.
Do good things.
Be proud of yourself and do self-care.
mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.